Hello and welcome to class today. We are going to talk about credit statements and average daily balance. So last week we talked about credit cards, and just like we talked about last chapter with bank statements, there is also such thing as a credit card statement. So this is what a credit card statement looks like. If you have a credit account, this will tell you everything that you have bought within the cycle, and a cycle could be, it's usually 30 days, so just like a monthly bank statement, but these are all of the purchases that you have made. And there's also something called payment. So remember, with credit, it adds up everything that you buy and then you have to pay it afterwards. Payments can be done anytime, and that is subtraction, so that is taking off the amount. So all of these things that are being added up are the things that you spend that you're going to have to pay back eventually. And the 75 is you've already paid a little bit off. So now you just have, like, this is paid off, basically. So now you just have to pay this much. So that's what those are. If you look down here at the bottom, this row, the summary row, there are some missing little places here. So we are going to try to fill those in. So underneath, the first line is payment or credit. Payment is everything that you have paid off. So this time the payment was $75. That's how much we paid to take off of our credit. So that's the first slot. The next one is the new purchases. So these ones right here are the new purchases. What we're going to do is we're going to add them all up. So 75 plus 31.85 plus 139.10 plus 38.50 is $284.45. So those are all the new purchases. These things would go technically here, so you don't have to write them in, but they would go right here. $284.45. Then we have the late charge. It's 0. So what that means is last month they probably paid right on time, so it was not late. They did not have any late charge. Next is the finance charge, and for that we need the monthly rate over 100 times the average daily balance. Well, here's the average daily balance, but the monthly rate is missing. But we do have the APR. So the next slot is the monthly rate. How do you find the monthly rate? Remember, it is the APR divided by 12 months. So 18 divided by 12, that is 1.5%. So this monthly rate is 1.5. Now we can find the finance charge. So remember, the finance charge is the monthly over 100 times average daily balance, which is again right here. So the monthly is 1.5 over 100 times 235.10, and that is $3.53. So pretty low finance charge. Remember, that is the interest plus late fees plus anything else. So I'm going to write it in here. $3.53. And now all that's left is to find the brand new balance. What we have to do for that is we're going to take the previous balance, we're going to subtract the payments, because remember, we paid those off already. We're going to add the new purchases. We're going to add the late charge, which remember in this case is 0. And we're going to add the finance charge. And that is how much we're going to have for the new balance. And remember, new balance is not the amount you have to spend like with debit, but the amount that you have to pay off eventually. So if we do that, here is the previous balance, 150.50. We add the subtract this payment, add the new purchase, add the late charge, add the finance charge. And you can double check me in your calculator, but I believe it is $368.48. So that is what a credit card statement looks like, and what the info is there. Here is the other thing I want to talk about is the total credit line. So let me erase these things. Total credit line. It is right here. Total credit line is $8,000, which means that's how much a person has to spend. That is their max. So their max is $8,000. Right now they have spent $368.48. That's the new balance. So what they did to find the total available credit is they subtract how much we just spent, the new balance, the $368, and that's how much they have left to spend. That's the max. So I give you $8,000. You spent $300 already. So the rest that you have to spend is the $76.36 there. All right, let's move on. Example 1 says Pasquale has a credit line of $15,000. So this, remember, is his max. His summary looks as follows. How much available credit does he have? So remember, to find available credit, we do the max, and then we subtract the new balance. This one does not have a new balance, so we're going to have to find it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that previous balance, $4,598.12. We're going to subtract the payment, which is $4,000, and add the rest. Add $1,368.55. Add the late charge of $20, and add the finance charge of $576. Or $578, I think. I think that's an 8. I can't really tell. We'll go with $578. So, the new balance now is $1,992.45. So, that's not the answer, that is the new balance. So, what we're going to have to do to find the available credit is subtract $15,000 minus that answer. And that will tell us how much we have left. $15,000 minus $1,992.45. And that is $13,007.55. So you had $15,000, you spent $1,099, and you have $13,000 left to spend. That's how I think of it, as basically an allowance. You have an allowance of $15,000, this is how much you spent, this is how much left you have to spend. And next, example 2, Myrna. She's examining a summary section of her credit card statement, okay? She has checked all the entries and agrees with everything, except she does not agree with the new balance. So let's see where the error was made. We're going to do basically the same thing as we did before. So the new balance is the previous balance minus the payments and plus everything else. So the previous balance was $1,748. We subtract the 100 and we add everything else. Add the new purchases, which is $800, the late charge $915, plus the finance charge of $19, and we'll see what we get. I got $2,476.15, and they got $2,576.15. So we were $100 less, and what I think they did wrong was I think they forgot to subtract the payment. So what I'm going to say is they forgot to subtract her payment, which is important because the payment is saying, okay, I'm going to pay this off a little bit. Well, they're basically saying that you didn't pay them, and that is important. You want to make sure every purchase is on there. So that is credit card statements. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.